let's roll it into Werewolf by Night. Actually,
okay.
I think it makes sense to talk about it.
Marvel, yeah.
So we can do because I don't think it's gonna be a crazy long review. It's a 1 hour. It's a 1 hour special.
Yeah.
It's a special presentation by Marvel. I thought the opening was awesome. I love that they have the old CBS special presentation by Michael Giacchino, who's done so many. I mean, I guess I'll give you the rap sheet of what he's done.
Don't skimp on the video games. Great video games.
His directorial debut. I mean, fuck the movies here. It's endless. Fucking Up. Old Mission Impossible. Big J.J. Abrams collaborator.
He did Lost as well.
Star Trek, Lost. Again, the Mission Impossible movies, the new Planet of the Apes movies, some Zootopia, Inside Out, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, the new Spider-Man movies. What else? He did
the fucking Batman, dude.
Batman. Yeah. I'm not even there yet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Jojo Rabbit. He did American Pickle. I'm sure he's like,
I actually like that movie, but yeah.
He did all the Medal of Honors. He did Call of Duty. He did all these great video game soundtracks that I'm sure like shit you've played. Fucking like The Incredibles, I think you mentioned already. All those ones, the Lego games, like all that shit he's done.
Incredible composer. Doing this movie stars Gael Garcia Bernal, who
beast
was in Coco. He kind of really. What was it that got him big time in Mozart in the Jungle?
Mozart in the Jungle, yeah.
Mozart in the Jungle, he won all his awards for. He makes his Marvel Cinematic Universe debut as Jack Russell, aka Werewolf by Night. Laura Donnelly also in this movie as Elsa Bloodstone. I believe they were called Blood Gems in the Marvel Cinematic in Marvel Comics, but much like Infinity Gems were switched to Infinity Stones for the MCU. Switch to Bloodstone. Here is the synopsis for Werewolf by Night. Again, it's like a 58-hour-long thing. Follows a secret group of monster hunters as they compete for a powerful relic while going up against a dangerous monster. The dangerous monster is in teases, but I won't say it. But it is a well-known Marvel comic character. I thought this was, unless I'm missing something, the best thing Marvel's done this year. This is their Halloween special. Yeah. Unless I'm forgetting something.
Yeah.
Easily.
I'd agree. Yep.
Because what else have they done this year? Like, I enjoyed Thor Love and Thunder, not as much my second watch. I'm still pretty much where I am on Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. My rating dropped a little bit. I like it more than most people did. I enjoyed it. But the TV stuff has been all over the map. But I thought this was the best thing they've done. The kills were fucking sick. I couldn't believe they did some of those on Disney Plus. The story was to the point. I think it probably could have been like a hair longer, but the story got done everything it wanted to do. It introduced a new character and introduced new things. Thought some of the early like kind of narration getting to the point and setting everything up was fantastic. I thought all the jokes hit. The serious stuff was great. The way it was shot was really cool. It's mostly in black and white. This right here is what they should do.
Amen.
Stop making the series unless there's like Daredevil works. I think Daredevil works. You have a proven concept. You can do that street level stuff. But to keep introducing new characters, do 50 to maybe 80, 90-minute special presentations.
With no promise of having to use those characters more. Like just self-contained.
Right. Yeah. How many episodes is She-Hulk? 8?
Yeah.
8 30-minute episodes, that's what, 4 hours or more? Just if you could have condensed She-Hulk into an hour and a half, like special, and I know that's basically a movie, but you can trim it down more than that. Like make them smaller movies for Disney Plus, make them special presentations. This was like, I hope this is a fucking revelation for Marvel. They're like, this is what we should do. They're kind of doing it with Armor Wars. Armor Wars is not going to be a series; it's going to be a movie now.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So released or
what?
It's going to theaters though, right?
Go to theaters, but point being, like great Armor Wars. Now again, that's different, established character, but Rhodey, man, this I hope they see this. They go, oh fuck, more of this shit. It's different. It's unique. It's got a cool vibe. You can tell Giacchino got everything he wanted to get done here. Man, this was cool. I gave it a score because I'm going to count it. I have the throw up Marvel movie rankings.net. I gave it an 85. I thought this was awesome. This was a fucking cool project from Marvel.
Yeah, I echo a lot of what you said. I think for I believe a rookie director or rookie feature maker or whatever, like that was some like pretty impressive shit from Michael Giacchino. Like a lot of the action shots, like instead of it being like kind of the more classic Marvel shaky cam stuff, like they have some stable stuff. Like you're sitting there, you're watching all these crazy fights, some cool wire work. Like you were mentioning before, like really cool kills. The storyline was really cool, and I think it was very much like, I think helped and complemented by like the black and white. I think the black and white was sick. I think like it worked really well. And when they did it with the Bloodstone turning red, I'm just a sucker for that, I guess. Maybe you can trace that back to like Schindler's List or something. I always think that shit's cool. I'm sorry. Yeah. But they I don't know why I keep saying I'm sorry. That's like the 5th time I've done it. I'm not sorry. I'm not actually sorry. It's a dumb phrase.
You should be.
But that I think that the way that they use color in that, especially more towards the end when like stuff was like coming back together or being resolved, I thought that was really cool. And just it was a nice, short, contained story, and I really appreciated that. And it was different from what Marvel usually does. You usually don't get that level of gore or nastiness. And not really gore, but it was more towing the line than they've ever done before, I'd say. And just really, really good shit, really, really good stuff. Like I enjoyed the hell out of getting just a nice little condensed storyline from a character that like I'm not beholden to having to see more of. Like I'm not like, oh well, now I need to watch 5 more things with Gail Garcia Bernard as this werewolf dude or like this Cthulhu monster or whatever. Like I don't need to see any more of this. Like I was happy with that being its own little self-contained universe. Like Jeff was saying, like I would love them if they were to do that with more characters moving forward. Like that would be just such a great like nice little specials. Like it's such a great formula in my brain versus like doing 12 episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier season 2 or whatever shit, like stuff like that. That to me doesn't, and at this point in Marvel's TV career, like that it doesn't hold as much interest to me versus like a special, because I feel like there's like something like, not to use it twice, but there's something special about a special. Like you want to go, it's something cool about it. There's an allure to specials. Yeah. Like I can't, we're like one of the things I'm more excited for going forward with Marvel is the holiday special that James Gunn did with Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I'm very excited for that. So yeah, very, very fun. I'd recommend it to basically anybody looking for a Halloween movie on streaming or whatever. It's good, spooky, and I think a lot of people would enjoy it, even outside of the Marvel universe.
May not be for everyone. It's kind of gory, I guess.
Bit, not like super gory. It's bloody.
Yeah,
yeah. But I can see people being like, some real pussy being like, no, not for me. No, it's cool. I echo that. Chris.
Okay. This is an interesting one because I'm not as in love with this maybe as you guys are, but I am in love with the concept and I am completely in love with the direction and the overall execution in regards to the look of the special, the pacing of the special. My big thing is like it is just a big MacGuffin thing. Like it's very simplistic, total. But while watching this, I thought one of you guys would bring this up. While watching this, guys, Michael Giacchino needs to direct Blade.
Yes, I was going to bring it up.
Wow, yeah.
Because there's a part of me that made me wonder if they watched this and were like, this is his audition tape. And there's a big difference between composing and this is one film for him. But like, I think that this is marvelous, no pun intended, marvelously directed. And it really does feel like his audition for that movie. And I think that what Marvel needs to do a better job of is making sure that there is a better directorial stamp on their films, their TV shows. Because really, WandaVision maybe, and Loki sure, but like She-Hulk, Falcon Winter Soldier, a lot of these shows, they just feel so processed and just like, run through a projector and like that's they're made. When you go back and watch the phase 1 of the MCU, Jon Favreau, Joe Johnston, Kenneth Branagh, Joss Whedon, they all had their stamps on those collective properties. Here, this felt different and refreshing. And while there may be an issue here, I think that they should use the reception to this as a template to make more specials and TV shows and movies going forward. And damn, I'm genuinely serious about this. He should fucking direct Blade. That would be a perfect choice based on what I saw here.
And I think this is something to add on to your point. Like, this is something where Marvel could take a lesson, like leave us wanting more versus overdoing it. You know what I mean? Like, because like that, I think probably for all four of us, we left them like, damn, I want to see more, a little bit more. But like, that is such a better like sign off for a movie versus fuck, man, I just sat here for 2.5 hours watching like Christian Bale in Amsterdam. Like that is, or 2.5, or even more egregious, watching 2.5 hours of The Munsters. Like that is, I think, just such a great idea.
Yeah, no, I don't have much to add because you guys have really echoed a lot of my sentiments and loving. I really loved the way this looked, the idea of it. Yeah, no, it was great. Jeff, also with you, like this needs to be something Marvel explores more. Like when you think about the origin movies we've gotten in the MCU, they're just movies. They're 90 minutes to 150 minutes tops. When you're doing these origin shows on Disney Plus, these are series and you're getting 4 hours with characters that are lower tier than, you know, the Avengers characters that they've introduced. Like you can't expect the audience to be as invested and want that much content. I don't know. They obviously have like a quota that they're probably trying to get to in terms of hours of content.
They're short episodes too. They're very short episodes, these Marvel ones. Yeah. Like they don't carry a weight sometimes, and that's what kind of sucks. Not that everything needs to be the end with the Thanos snap, but like Jesus Christ, some of them it's like, oh my god, this could have been this meeting could have been an email. That's basically what the fuck. That's a sentence for every Marvel show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is I just think I don't know what the limit is because like at what point are you just making a movie? But they're making movies anyway, making 4-hour long shows. Like cut it down to an hour and a half, release it as maybe 2 parts, right? A 2-part Marvel special presentation.
Mm-hmm.
One the first half of the week, second half. You could have done that. Set up a She-Hulk, second half, Daredevil comes. Like that could have been done. I don't know. Some maybe it's deserved. Ironheart, for example. You're going to meet Ironheart in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
That might be more justified, right? Like there are scenarios where a show makes sense, but I hope they take this and run.
I think Loki's a prime example of that too. And I was like, I didn't love it the way you guys did, but I acknowledged the way that story progressed.
Yeah.
Right.
You couldn't have fit that into an hour, you know.
10 years of Loki, right? It's like you had so much Loki to go into, so it works. And that's why WandaVision, like, you know what? WandaVision was weird as fuck. But it worked because you're like, oh, I've known Wanda Maximoff for 8 years now.
Yeah.
So I can buy into this. And I'm not like it's kind of a weird thing to say because I feel like you could like checkerboard your way down to be like, okay, but don't you want to introduce new things? You can, but if you introduce new things in these like very short chunks, 25 minutes over the course of 8 weeks, and it feels like, I don't know, like focus and make it great as opposed to stretching it out and making it kind of a slog when you're introducing new characters. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I hope they take after this.